Good evening. Welcome to this webinar. And I give the floor to our international president, Dr. Catherine Bossard, for all the greetings to all of you. Please, President Catherine.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Very nice to meet you here. I think mentoring is a very important part of BPW's activity, and it's necessary. We have now, just as you might have heard, this MOU with UN Women. It's a global MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, and we started in Africa. And an important part of the incubators is mentoring. I think it's kind of training, and in all our different life stages, some of us might have had time or wanted to have to recur to a mentor to ameliorate, to increase the knowledge of the knowledge of a new field, and that is very, very helpful. And it is specifically helpful because it's on a one-to-one basis normally. So thank you to all. Thank all of you who have been working for a long time now during this triennium in the field of mentoring. And I wish you all a very happy and very enjoyable evening. Thank you.
Thank you, President Catherine. And now I give the floor to Ursula Schmidt so she can explain us which kind of webinar is this. So she can explain why you don't see yourself and all the technical informations. Please, Ursula.
Thank you, Carla Laura. Good evening or hello to everybody. It's nice to see you in such a big number here and talking about and listening to experiences about mentoring. This is a BPW webinar. That means we only see the panelists. Imagine you are in a big room and there is a scene and the panelists are there and you are sitting here. We don't see you and we can't hear you. If you have a question, please put the question in the in the question and answer button at the bottom of your screen. I show you now how you can use the captions. At the bottom of your screen, you have this sign, CC, closed captions. Please click there if you want to have captions. The captions will be in English. The speaking language of this webinar is English. So do not change that. It's English and it will be English for all of us. And then you take the next line, my caption language, and here you see options for languages. Choose your language and the captions will be translated for you individually. Another important thing is, as I told you, for the questions, please use question and answer icon at the bottom. The chat is not open. So the whole interest is going to all the panelists. And I thank you very much. And please give back to Carla Laura.
Thank you very much, Ursula. So let's start this webinar with pleasure. Katia Reda, as a member of the International Task Force for Mentoring, and me, we say you welcome to this fantastic experience. As you know, I am the chair in the International Task Force for Mentoring, and at the end of a triennium, each chair and chair of the task force or for the committee has to send the final report to President Office. So in this final report, we have to explain what we did. In this case, we have sent the report about what the club what the BPW member has done in this triennium. Why? Because it's very important to share the experience. In fact, to share the experience is our goal in mentoring program. So why not to introduce all the BPW members who has done a good project with the mentoring program. So we have the pleasure to introduce you 4 BPW members. There is another one from Lyon, France, but she's not here this night. And so for us, it's a great pleasure to introduce you 4 fantastic BPW sisters around the world who had developed this important program for all BPW sisters. So we introduce Katia Reda because she has done a program for BPW Italy. Flavia Consalves from BPW Ticino. Marie Chantal Hamel from Montreal, Canada. And I'm sorry for the pronunciation, but I try to do as better than I can, so you can correct me, please. Gamze Aksha Dominets, okay? I am fantastic. Okay, thank you very much. So let's start. Katia, the floor is for you to introduce our sister, please.
Thank you, dear Catherine, dear President, Catherine Bossard, Ursula, and all BPW members. Thank you, Carla, for this opportunity to share, our experience. I would like to introduce Gamze now as Turkey, what Turkey has done during these 3 years' work. Selda, who is the Istanbul president, activated the program 3 years ago. And Gamze tonight will explain how they proceeded during this triennium. Please, Gamze, you take the floor now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm happy to be here and sharing with me our experience in BPW Istanbul. I have been a member of BPW for 4 years, and we developed this program 4 years ago. We have developed this program 4 years ago. And first of all, I would like to introduce the program a little bit. And how can I share? Okay, I want to share our presentation. The purpose of this program is stimulating and strengthening the personal development of future women leaders. It's important for the Turkish women and Turkish young women to support their career development. And due to some mentees' needs, the mentoring program will be specify the aim. For example, one mentee needs a career guidance and development. Sometimes their needs reducing a discrimination in their workplace, or sometimes they want to increase their self-confidence into the work, or sometimes they want to share our experience with us for the inspiration for their career development, and sometimes self-awareness. It's according to change to mentees' needs into the program. Our mentors, all of them, BPW Istanbul Club members, and they are our members, and we have 32 mentors right now, and they have all EMCC mentoring and coaching certificate program. And this is so important for us. The mentorship is a relationship between mentor and mentee, and which is a very important relationship for expanding our society in Turkey. And so we care about our program with strong mentors. It's important for us. And target audience, especially university students and people in early years in their career.
Please tell it to Katia when she has to change the slide, please.
Oh, okay. I'm in the right slide right now, and it's an important thing in our mentoring program is the project development. We want to develop a project at the end of the program, and within a group of mentee represent and their project to our committee. These projects which relate about gender equality. It's important to bring in new ideas and new things, and to going to be a project in BPW society. And this program duration and 7 months, November to June, 9 mentoring session, minimum 4 hours in each session for people. And mentoring sessions are conducted online. And after the third session, we will conduct an supervision session with mentor and also mentees. How these mentoring programs going on? We will ask them these questions and evaluating the mentoring program with them. Katia, please go on the second slide. Thank you. This is the process of our mentoring program. Program announcement at October. Every year, we launch this program at October via social media, website, or partner universities websites. And also we collect their applications, mentees applications from online with an online form. And in this form, we collect their expectations for the program. It's an important part. And because we matched mentor and mentees with these expectations, according to these expectations. And we matched these mentors and mentees in an according to their expectations in a program. And then we run the trainings, which is then approximately two and a half hours for the mentees receive a training for the process of the mentoring program. And mentors are given a 1 hour information session, and who are responsible for this process and who takes the responsibility for all the mentoring session. And we inform to all mentors in this session. And then kickoff meeting. Kickoff meeting, mentor and mentees are introduced together in a one meeting. It's a 1 hour meeting. And then mentoring sessions begin. 9 mentoring sessions going to be held into the mentoring program. And as I told before, mentoring supervision meetings is an important part for the mentoring processes. As a leading of the mentoring program, we are bring all mentees together, sharing their experiences and how they evaluate this program, how they appreciate this program or not. And also we collect all our mentors together, and we ask them their experience. Is there any obstacles? Is there any best experiences, best practices to share with other mentors? It's an important part of mentoring program. And the project groups, mentees work in groups of maximum 6 people, and they developed a project for gender equality for 6 months of period. They work together, and then at the end of the mentoring program, project evaluation will be presented onto committee. This committee are BPW members also. And then at the end of the program, there's a program graduation. The result of the competition is announced on the program, and then we will give a thank you certificate for mentors, and then mentees receive a certification of the participation of the program. And
sorry, I meant too quick. It's okay.
Doesn't matter. It's okay. Thank you, Katia. And we have some corporate partnership in our program. Adesso is target solution for the core business processes for the IT trends, and it's the IT service provider in all over the world. In Turkey, we conduct this mentoring program with Adesso, and Adesso found a mentees for us, and we mentoring all Adesso's candidates in 2033, and this year also. The Willow Group is a multinational technology company also. It's a leading premium pumping company. And we are also working with Willow right now for this year mentoring program. It's important for BPW Istanbul for the corporate partnership with bring corporate knowledge into society, and society knowledge to these corporate these companies. It's an important part. And this is it. If you have any question, I can do my best to answer your question.
Thank you very much, Gamze. Congratulations for this important program. And then for any question, as Ursula said, you can write on our chat. So now we give the floor to Flavia Consalves from BPW Ticino. She's a businesswoman in financial field. And Flavia, the floor is for you.
So thank you, everybody. I'm very happy to be here. My name is Flavia. I represent BPW Switzerland in Ticino. And our program started 4 years ago. And we collaborate with the local university, Università della Svizzera Italiana, the Italian University of Switzerland. I'm sorry, presentation mode again. I am one of the coordinators together with Gabriela and Sara. I've been with the program from the beginning. Gabriela and Sara joined me as coordinators this past year. Gabriela has been a member and mentor of the program from the beginning as well. So basically, the program started in partnership with the university, and it was focused in the second-year master students. And when we designed it for the faculties of finance, IT, anything that was technology that was underrepresented by women. On the last wave, the fifth wave, we've included first and second year master students and also PhDs, and we open to all faculties. The program, the first year we had 2 waves. We had a huge number of students. We had about 30 students, and we divided them into groups. We had 2 sessions, the first semester from September to December, and the second one from January to May, June. And after that, because our human capital is very tight, small, and we are all on a volunteering basis, we decided to do just 1 wave per year, and the number has been steady around 25. The graph on the right is a representation of the last 4 years, basically. Most students were second-year students, the very last semester of their program, and this graph will be changing within the coming years. We had a few exceptions of students in the first year and 1 PhD, and also we had 1 person doing an internship. We opened to all the faculties mostly because we had a real hard time attracting students from male-dominated fields. Most of the candidates, they were from traditional economical and concentrations that were a lot of women, marketing, communication, mostly marketing communication. We've opened up, and now we have architecture, we have informatics, and next year we're also going to have medical students. USI is famous for being a very international school here. Most of it, so this graph represents not only our program, but the university itself. 60% of the students are from Italy. They're not from here. Only 10% are from Switzerland, and not all from Ticino area. They are from other parts of Switzerland. And then the rest of the graph is distributed into other regions, Asia, Latin America, and the Middle East, and some from Africa as well. We try to accept more international students than the ordinary, because Ticino is very closed up, and these women, these young women, they have huge difficulties getting around and getting into the job market here, or just within the university. Even though English is the spoken language, corridor language is also always Italian, and they feel the resistance. Our mentors, they come from different backgrounds and concentrations. This is just to illustrate a little bit where they are from and what they do. This is more accurate of where our mentors come from, what sectors they are. So as you can see, there's a huge array from agriculture to education, fashion, logistics, public administration. We have, luckily we're small, luckily we have prominent women. They are part of our program, and they do help these girls within their network. And this is a real blessing that we have in our program. Again, our mentors, most of them have been with the program from the beginning, and they are historic members of our club. Some of them are professional coaches, or they do mentoring within their companies. We do have a coaching sessions for new mentors and mentors who are finding themselves in difficult situations. It's not very common, but it does happen. So this is how our program runs. We, the coordinating group, we together with the university start preparing the program as of now. We've started already planning for the next year. We have, before the kickoff session, we have meetings with the mentors to align what we're going to do, to learn what we did wrong and where we can get better, and to align what we're going to do the following year. We have a meeting with student candidates at university. The official kickoff happens in September, around the beginning of September. The mentoring itself, official mentoring itself, happens in January, and it goes into May, July. It depends. The closing date, the official closing date is May, and it happens. This year we had a fantastic event organized mainly by Sara, and it was open to the community. We had over 80 attendees, which was quite unusual, and it was also important for the rest of the community to learn about BPV, not only our little circle of the students. It had an added value to our community, and it's a huge attractor for BPV Young, for the younger generation to be interested in our club. We provide a mentoring guideline. It's up to them. As I said, most of the mentors, they are coaches and they do mentoring, so they don't really follow the guidelines. But I think it's more important for the students than for the mentors themselves to have the guideline. Mid-track, we have a feedback session in presence with mentors and mentees. And at the end, we have a form that we handed into both to learn what we did well and where we can improve. So as I said, the preliminary work starts right now. We meet on the university side. Until now, we work with the Career Center and the Gender Parity. As of this year, we'll be working only with the Gender Parity. Seems like we're more aligned with Gender Parity Department. They have their internal communication, website, social media, their magazine, and so on. They're responsible for collecting the applications and reading the motivational letters and selecting the students before sending it to us. On a second moment, we're the ones, me, Sara, and Gabriela, reading these applications. So on our side, we also start communicating internally what we're doing. We're collecting candidates as mentor volunteers. This is the first year that 100% of our mentors decided to renew their time, and we're really, really happy. So right now we have over 27 mentors. The volunteers, the matching happens based on language, degree, experience, and work sector. We don't necessarily match the same work field, but it has to have one common denominator. Sometimes it's nationality, sometimes it's just language, sometimes it's the work field, but not necessarily. Until now, these were the topics of conversation between mentors and mentees, and that happened mostly because, as I said, we had second year master students, and they were ready to go into the job market. So they were very giddy about finding a job, how to present themselves. They also needed an internship to conclude their program. It's not true anymore. There are alternatives to that. So a lot of the demands were about how to present themselves, their candidacy to the world. And with that, I'm going to close. I think I reached my time, and I'll be glad to answer questions when the time comes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Flavia, for your good job, and thank you to your sisters, Ticino sisters. So, Katia, may you introduce, please, Marie-Chantal Hamel?
Yes. Thank you, Flavia, for your work. And now I'd like to present Marie-Chantal. Sorry, there is a wrong name on the screen, but her real name is Marie-Chantal Hamel. She comes from Canada and Montreal, exactly the town where she lives. And she is in charge of the mentoring program. Please, Marie-Chantal, Would you please tell us your work and what you have done till now? Thank you.
Thank you. I will just share my presentation and I will introduce myself a little bit. So in BPW Montreal, I'm the president this year, but I've been with the club since 2017. And at the beginning, I was also involved in the first cohort, how do you say that in English? The first lending, of our program, mentoring program. And at that time, it was to help other sisters in the Francophonie of BPW in Burkina Faso and Senegal. And I was one of the mentors at that time. So what happened since? At the beginning, we had only 5. It was our first experience. So, and we chose it was the mentor who chose their mentees. We received a lot of application. In 2021, we changed a little bit our way of doing it because, as you may know, there were also, how do you call that? The pandemic situation. I'll see, how can I change my page? How is it working? Okay. So the first cohort, it's written in French for those who speak French, but I will say it in English. So in 2020, 2021, I would say in 2020, we prepare the group of 2021. So we always have a team. So that year, it was led by Magali Manchen with Catherine Kamchung. Louis Champoupaye is our mentor of mentors. So we have someone with a lot of experience working for Mentorat Québec, and also Mrs. Champoupaye is working for University of Concordia. She's professor en résidence of the Molson School. It's business for women studies, and she's with us since the beginning, since the first time. And her job or her implication is to mentor the mentors. So if anything goes, they need to discuss a particular reason or to keep our teams all together. She's reinforced our group, and she have a lot of experience. I don't give you all her background, but if you're interested, you can find her very well on LinkedIn. She's very involved, and myself. So in 2021, we had the reason we were more. It's because we decided to also help our own members that are very diversified in experience, and in also there's a lot of young people coming from all over the world that decide to come in Montreal and in Canada, and have make their studies over here, and they're trying to get in the workforce and find a new place going up in the company or in their own company, in their own project. But the thing is, we find it was a good way also to get more involved our mentors or old member. I don't like the word old, but I mean the more experienced member we had, and try to find a way to have them work with the young one that was coming in our group. And as you may know, in 2000, with the pandemic situation, it was really hard to be able to reach each other. So that was a way to have people staying together, all together. So we had 16 mentors and 16 mentees. And we launch it in January of every year because it's the month of mentoring in Quebec. And the program by itself, it's 1 year between the mentors and the mentees. And in that, it will be the same for the presentation I will do, the next one. The timeline is the same. 3 months after we launch it, and 3 months after we verify if everything goes well, and we have a Zoom with the mentees and the mentors, and we all together in the same one after, just to make sure everything, to have a pep talk to everybody and talked about the subject that concern everyone. And we did at the halftime, we also make a group session, but I didn't talk about the timeline before the preparation, but we chose our mentors by the need of the mentees. So we make a public session about what is mentoring and what is BPW, what do we do. So sometimes we have new member by that, because they have to be a member to have a mentors. And then it's also a way to have new members from the mentors side, because we go in our réseau to find, if we don't have in our group the good person or the person that we need for this new mentees, we make sure we find her the right person. So it can be a man or a woman. We ask the mentees if she mind if we have a man mentors, if it's the one that can help her the most. So we don't have much, but we have few. And so we have a public session. After that, we receive the information from the mentees, what they're looking for, what are their projects, why they want to be mentees. And we try to find the month after the good person for her before we launch the program. In 2021, we had, and we finished that with an evaluation of our program after at the end. So as my colleague said before, we want to know what to improve, what goes well, etc. And also we make an event to recognize and to celebrate the great work that everybody did during the year. So in 2000, we had in 2021 4 mentees from BPW Senegal, but 12 from BPW Montreal. And that year particularly, you see our mentors. Each time we try to get more and more prepared. So that year we launched a guide for the mentees and the mentorees and the mentors. So it was like a coffre à outils, how do we say that? A tools box for everyone that they might use, but it's not, there's no obligation, but I think it's full of tools for those who need it. In 2023, the objective was to reinforce the link between our members and continue our collaboration with BPW at the international level and promote the mentoring culture, and that gives our club a good rayonnement, a good, it's one of our program that works well for us. So Prima joined us for this team that year, and myself, Catherine, and Louise again. And we had this time 17 mentors and 19 mentees. We launched it in January 2023, and we finished in March 2024 to celebrate the great work we did all together. This time we had 8 mentees from the international. It was, I think it was 4 Burkina Faso, 4 Senegal, but it should be around that, and 11 from our own club. and what we did since 2023 till today. It's a special collaboration we had, and I will explain a little bit what was the timeline and what it is exactly. It's our provincial international relation and Francophonie from Quebec government that ask for project that can be financed by them in the
Chantal, please be quick.
Okay, so I just
Sorry.
want to make, thank you. I just want to explain a little bit. It's something very special. We help the Chamber of Commerce of an industry of Haiti, Haiti, Canada, over there to launch a program with them. And we have a lot of mentors. I think we had 14 mentors from Montreal, and we hope that would help eventually not only the Chamber of Commerce, but also BPW Haiti when the situation will be better over there. So we did a lot of good thing. And if you ever interested to have some more, if you go to Mentora Femme, the last line, if you see it, www.mentora.femmehaiti.org, you will see all the work we did, and it was fantastic. We've been working 2 years with each other, and actually our it's still in progress until February. So I hope I had something new in as information that can help others.
Okay, thank you, Marie-Chantal, for this interesting program. And now, last but not least, Katia Reda. So she can explain us what she did in BPW Italy for 3 years.
Thank you, Carla Laura. Thank you, ladies, for being here tonight. And I would like to just to tell you briefly, I'm in charge of mentoring with Carla Laura since 2014 as a task force member. And after that, I started the activity as coordinator into BPW Italy. Since the first biennium to 2021-2023 with the President Fiammetta Perrone, and we started this program just for young members. And after that, seeing the success of the program, President Cettina Corallo said that she wanted to propose the program for all the members, BPW members in Italy, and we are doing now the work together until 2025, that is the end of the biennium. What we are doing now, I would like to say just briefly that our national president is sorry not to be here tonight, but she's in a place where the connection is not okay, and she sends to all of us her greetings. I hope I can go through these. Okay, this is the first step we did. How do we work? We work, basically we work it online because after COVID, we experimented that you know, internet connection is very useful for being in contact with all the members all over the world. And we started the mentoring program for young ladies the 28th of January 2022. How? With, you know, and a kind of information program, because no one really, or really not no one, but some of them knew, but the most didn't know about mentoring. And we started collecting the application. We explained how to proceed with the application. And after that, I started to, you know, helped by Carla Laura, obviously, who has a great experience in this program. She helped me to, you know, to start the matching with the young ladies. The second moment of the program was, you know, the meeting together with the tandem realized as a kind of a feedback, but not only a feedback, just to know each other. Because knowing each other is important to create a network among us. Here is one of the slides, you know, the picture of the program I took, because normally I proceed in the first meeting is the three of us. The person the mentor, the mentee, and myself, trying to establish a contact after, you know, studied the application form and the needs of the mentee in this case. And we presented during the last biennium, we presented the activities done during the National Assembly in Rome with the President Fiammetta Perrone. And now, this new biennium, we had a kickoff meeting presenting the new program. The new program, as I said, is involving all the members. Because, as you know, is not just the young who needs help or support. Can be also a senior member that is, you know, presenting a new adventure in his career, or she needs an advice in a digital program, and so on. So it depends on the needs, not only on the young ladies, but also on, let's say, on the member, the BPW member, BPW Italy members. We did the first online meeting with the 7 Italian district presidents. As you know, we have 7 districts in Italy, and each district is represented by a president. And I sent the form, I mean, the application form to all districts in order to be, you know, promoted the program into the districts. And then we did the first online meeting, national online meetings with the people, the senior and young who were interested in the program. February and March, we had I had the 16 members who started speed mentoring activities. I must say, speed mentoring, why? Because as you know, we don't have much time to do the program. So I decided that probably the best idea to involve most of the members is to activate a speed mentoring that starts, must be done in 6 months experience. So after that, the senior can be involved in another tandem. And the 16 and the tandems realized by March were presented inside the National Assembly in Acireale in Sicily. How do we proceed? First of all, I contact privately members. I mean, I try to understand why they sent the application form, if they are really interested, and what is the expectation of the program. Then I organize, when I realize that everything is okay, we can proceed with the tandem. I organize the first online meeting with the 3 of us. I mean, the mentee, the mentor, and myself. And I start presenting the people, and then I leave them to talk for a while. All of them are aware of the duties while proceeding with the tandems. It is not a formal tandem, it's an informal tandem. But meanwhile, they have some rules to respect. That is to be private and not to, you know, to spread all over the world what they are doing. What we think is important is to develop the program at different level, involving the most of the members we can. Because, as I said before, not many people understand what mentoring is, because they don't have experience right now. That is why I try to participate personally to the most assembly I can. As I did in Naples in September last year, I presented the program during an assembly that is of one of the 7 districts in Italy. And as I said before, why speed mentoring? Because we want to give the opportunity to share experience, to help and be helped during a professional career, to activate a reverse mentoring helpful both to young than senior member. As I said, there is a kind of exchanging experience between the young and the senior. The evaluation of the program feedbacks is important because we stop every 3 or 4 weeks. And then at the end, I wanted them to write written reports. Here is one of the reports written in Italian, but is just to explain that they really appreciate the experience and discussing the topic they decided to achieve. Here is some moments at the National Assembly in Cireale, explaining the program with the national president and explaining all the meetings we had and how we proceeded. Here are some mentors and mentees involved in this biennium. Here again, some meeting online we do. And obviously, I hope that in the future, mentoring can be a structured program inside BPW International and BPW Italy. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Katia, for your good job, and thank you for your support in International Task Force for Mentoring.
Thank you to you.
I suggested to our BPW sisters to write your question on our chat. During this meeting, I have written some points, and I would like to read them to you because as a bullet point. So to do a summary about this fantastic meeting and this fantastic experience, because it's very important to share all the experience from our BPW sisters. First of all, mentoring program is one of our aim in BPW International program. So that's very important. And as it's our aim, it's important to know that there is, and it's important to know that we have the duty to develop it. Then the bullet point is that, first of all, our BPW sisters this night are like businesswomen. We have to remember that this is a business professional women. That's very important. It's very important that we don't forget this point. We are BPW women. And Flavia, Marie Chantal, Katia, and Gamze are business women. They have shown a PowerPoint like business women. That's very important to remember. Second point. From their PowerPoint, we have seen that they have created some partnership with enterprises, university, and association. So this is another point to remember, because alone it's very difficult to develop every program, but with a good partnership, we have the opportunity to introduce our association at a high level and to give a program at high level to our BPW sister. Then, third point, our friends, our BPW sisters have professional skill. And if there is a coordinator with professional skill, they can give professional information to BPW members. That's very important because only professional women, only professional BPW members can give the opportunity to grow up to others, BPW sisters and BPW members. So we have to recognize this night that our sisters are at high level. Other fourth point, someone at the end of a program, they give a certificate because it's very important that this program is like a professional program. So to recognize that they have followed a mentoring program, that means that this program can help their job life and their personal life. Other point, they have, the mentee can have some benefits. And this is another point because I am interested in a project, in a program, if I can receive some benefit. If it's a program in the air and I don't receive nothing, I'm not interested to follow anything. So this is another point to follow. Then 6th point, this program is free. Don't forget that they work in a free way for BPW members, and this program is free. If you go in enterprise, if you ask to some enterprise to do this program, they want to be paid a lot. Not so much, but they have to pay. So we are lucky because in this association, we can follow this project in a free way. Don't forget. Other point. This project gives us in our clubs the way to have new members because it's a good opportunity to show that we are not only women, we are business women, we are professional women, we are a business and professional association. So we can have in this way more members, and this is an international problem for all clubs around the world. Then, other point, it's a very important to follow this project because it's a way to develop our association. That's very, very important. Then other point, the communication. If you do all that and you don't communicate out your club, it's impossible to know that we have this power. So it's important to use social website, newspapers, and all local information. Other point, we have seen that it's possible to do cross-mentoring tandem. And this can create more tandem between not only members, but also with members from others, clubs and countries. This is one of our goals at an international level. Other point, with this program, we can do this project for young members and we can have more young members. And this is very important because young members are our future. And if we have a future, we can continue our activity and we can continue with this fantastic association at different levels. The last point is that it's possible to do a speed mentoring project, a speed mentoring program. So what this means? We can see that it's possible to create different programs, but the main point is that we have to follow and we have to create this mentoring project to help our sisters, to help ourselves, and to continue in this association. So, Ursula, may you read the questions, please, and then so we can continue with the final greetings and conclusion from our international president, please.
Yes, thank you. There is a question by Muide. Congrats. No, it's not a question. It's congratulations. Congrats, Gamze, and thanks for this informative experience sharing. And then there was a question by Neslihan Kaplan, and this was already answered by Gamze. And then there was a question, or no, two questions by Zelda. Thank to all of you. I have the questions. One, what are the most common challenges mentors face during the mentoring process, and how can they be addressed? Question goes to all countries. And the next question, how can we make a platform where all mentors share experience to make our programs better? We here have already an answer by Marie Chantal, and maybe the others want to answer it too. Would you like to hear the answer from Marie Chantal? Sometimes it is technical problems, which is the biggest problem of a mentor, that delays some meeting and find other way to exchange to each other, Zoom, telephone, WhatsApp, or emails. And to the second question, how can we make a platform? Marie Chantal said, we send them an evaluation, an opportunity to give us their experience by little video, by written message or audio message. We present and valorize our mentors through a social media's campaign. That's it.
Who does want to answer, please? The floor is for all of you.
I would like to answer, if I understood properly, the first question of Selma. Can you please, Ursula, the first question, please?
What are the most common challenges mentors face during the mentoring process, and how can they be addressed?
The challenges, according to my experience, the challenge is to succeed, obviously, in helping as a mentor, because none of them is a professional mentor. But as we said, we try to give support and help young people or members who need help in that particular moment. So the challenge is to be helpful and to help in that period of time according to request and the need of the mentor, of the mentee, sorry, and be successful in order to listen, in order to be listened, in order to find the time to share the experience, and obviously to create that kind of empathy you need in order to go on with the tandem. The challenge is this, to create, to be successful after the experiment, after, the experiment of the tandem. And regarding the platform, I think that Yes, we need to be more visible, but most of the time, what I think is to be in contact more often with the BPW International and with the BPW Task Force, because sometimes we forget to get in touch with, you know, the BPW International. We don't need more, I mean, as a platform and other things, but we need to be in contact among us to create the opportunities as we did tonight, to share the experience, let's say every 6 months or 3 months, and creating a Zoom. And Zoom activity is really helpful for us.
Can I say something? Oops. Sorry.
Gamze is the first one, and then Flavia, please.
Okay, thank you, Carla. And Selda's second question, may I ask it, may I answer? And is there any where we put all mentors' name and their profession, for example, in a Google Sheet or Google worksheet? Is it possible to collect their information together in a worldwide? Because sometimes our mentees needs an international mentor, and we couldn't get in touch these mentors. And so maybe we get all the mentors' names and their professions and their expectations from mentees and etc. These type of information from this, and in a one drive, and put them in together. And so when maybe we can get in touch these international mentors also. It's possible.
Flavia?
Going back to the mentoring issue, the mentor itself, one thing, we rarely have issues with the mentor themselves. I think the work that we do before helps a lot avoid problems. So we work on the mentors. We have sessions with the mentors, and we select the mentees very carefully to avoid some issues. The problems that we had were of simple nature, like either the mentee decided to do the program because the friend had done it, because not mature yet, or it happened this time that there wasn't a chemistry between, and I think it was more ethnicity. We decided to put mentor and mentee because of the language, and I think it was our mistake. The mentee did not feel comfortable with that person. I think the work before, it's very, very important to avoid problems with for the mentors, unload the problem they could foresee, the problem that they could have.
Thank you, Flavia. Marie-Chantal?
I put the technical aspect because we do some mentoring in other countries. And like in Haiti right now, it's very hard to have sometimes communication. So that's why I talked about it, because it happens if you do international mentoring to make sure that your team knows that it will happen for sure. But we have to find other way to communicate than the Zoom or the WhatsApp, or you have to find a solution to keep the meeting, the frequency of the meeting still going on. And if you cannot meet them by phone, but take the email, but that happened very often. So that was for us a main concern. Of course, I think Flavia says, it happens that compatibility is not always to the rendezvous, but it's rare. And when it happens, we try to find not another mentors, but to find out what was the problem. And we see our team of mentors, like in French, we say a communauté de pratique. In English, it would be we all work all together. We all have some different experience, different background. And if something happens, sometimes someone else in a specific aspect can be helping the other one without withdrawing the mentors. We don't want to frustrate one or the other, but sometimes we say, okay, for this particular thing, she was needing a coach or more coaching things, and we make the teams still working till the end all together. So the group of the mentors it's important that they all work all together either.
Thank you, Marie Chantal. To our BPW sister from Germany, I suggest to read the international website. There is a special page for mentoring. You see activity, task force, and then you can read task force for mentoring. So I think that there aren't others question, isn't it, Ursula? So I can give the floor to International President to close the webinar in time after 1 hour and a half. Ursula, there are others questions?
No, you have answered all the questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So President Catherine, to you, the final conclusions. And
thank you very much, Carla Laura. I would like to say I was absolutely amazed to see the variety of the programs, and I found it very intriguing also, Katia, from the side of Italy, that you include now also seniors, because I think you have to be aware one doesn't choose a profession anymore for a lifetime, but we have all our different life stages of professional activities, and it might well be that one needs help. As I said in the introduction, I found also from Marie Chantal the fact very interesting that you connect with West Africa. That is highly productive and interesting. I think I know Burkina Faso pretty well, and Senegal, and I think it's as you would say in French, c'est un atout. It's a real plus that you give them. And I think that could be done, repeated with other countries. I remember, I would say, for instance, when you compare, Argentina has a large Italian colony. I could imagine that they could be included with some mentoring in Italy. And what I found also highly intriguing was your collaboration with the Chamber of Commerce, Marie Chantal, in Haiti. I think that is really active help and help themselves. I think that is fantastic. And I would like also to thank Flavia and Gemsche. I think Flavia is in the middle of thriving young university with a lot of international students. And I, from my own experience, know how important and how urgent quite often it is. Our career center in the Swiss universities are not so well established as they are in the US, for instance. And so mentoring can really bring a special help. It might be interesting to know how many new members we got through mentoring. We did it also at the university here, and we had in my own club, we had some new members, young ones, and I think that might be the case all over the world. Regarding the international mentoring group, might be an idea that each one of the leaders in a country put down their mentors, and you put down together a data bank, and then we put it on the international website. That might be a help also, because each task force has her own web page integrated in the international website. Ursula, more work for you. I don't know, but might be an idea.
Looking for
Thank you very, very much to all of you, and it was very inspiring. And I would like to thank you for your work, for your efforts and encouragement and your help you give to so many people. I think that is true sisterhood, and that is what BPW means on national, regional, and international level. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much, President Catherine. Thank you to all BPW sisters who are online. Thank you to Ursula for her help. And thank you very much to you, BPW sisters, who had developed this fantastic international program. See you next time, I hope at the International Congress, and I wish you all the best and good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you.